Hey, welcome back to another Copy AI live demo. My name's Andrew Lane, and today I'm going to show you how to write a sales generating case study. So this was sparked by a post here in the Copy AI Facebook group. If you're not already in there, please go join. It's a great place to get inspiration and support. And we had a question here about the case study templates. So this person is using them, looking for a tutorial. These are pretty new, so there's not a tutorial yet. So we're going to dive into this today and show you how to use the case study templates. And one thing that came up is uh, they have a basic understanding of the flow. So, the overview, customer pain point, a solution provided to solve the problem, the result, the CTA. However, the prompts inside each of the stages of the section are the same. So do I copy and paste the same? Looking out for help. So I'm going to give you some help today and answer that question. All right. So I've got an article over here that I'm going to use to help get us on track and dive into some deeper concepts of what makes a sales generating case study. But most importantly, we're going to use Copy AI to write the copy. So I've done some testing. I've got a lot of things pulled up here. This should be really helpful for you. And one of the big takeaways is this could become one of the most powerful ways for you to increase sales because this chart here shows that case studies are one of the best ways to get more sales, right? So it's one of the most trusted places that people look before they buy. So that's why it's so important and can become a very powerful part of your marketing strategy. All right, so we're going to go through some of this today and write some copy with Copy AI. Those of you joining me live, thanks for being here. If you can, just drop a quick comment below, say hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me loud and clear. If there's any tech issues, I like to get those cleared up at the beginning. And if you have any questions, we're here to support you. So today we're going into this topic of writing case studies, but there's so much more you can do with Copy AI. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel for all of the demos. And these live demos are really great because the technology is getting better and better every week. The team is adding new features and tools and enhancing the way it works. By next week, I believe there's going to be a really cool new feature to help you write the first draft of your blog in just a few minutes. So a lot of things coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned, stay updated with these demos to get the latest and greatest and help you use this powerful technology to its full potential. All right, so let me show you where you will start. All right. This is what it looks like in Copy AI when you get started. This nice big green button here is a great place to start, or you can actually look over here on the left and you'll see templates. Now, templates are new, and basically what they are is a good starting point. So when you click on this, you're going to see some templates in here, and this is great for just sparking your creativity with what you could be writing. On the left here is a nice sorted navigation. So if we go to case study, you'll notice right now there are a few templates, and this is going to be a growing library. So be sure to check it out every so often because there's new stuff in here all the time. But most importantly, the beautiful thing here is you can actually start with one of these templates and then tweak it and customize it to get exactly what you need. So let's take a look here at a few of these, right? So we have case study overview, spotlight a customer to demonstrate great results using your products or services, case study problem statement, case study solution statement, and case study result statement. So why are there 4 different templates? Well, the truth is Copy AI can only generate so much content at a time. So consider each of these sections of one long case study because the AI results can only produce so much content. So it can't just write your entire long case study all at once. It has to give you one section at a time. So that's what I'm going to talk about today because these are all great. But if you actually open each of these up, you can click on it and then start a new project. And what you're going to find is they're going to look very similar. So let me click on this one. I'm going to start a new project. And you're going to notice here, it opens the freestyle tool. All right. So in Copy AI, you have these tools, and the newest, most versatile tool is called freestyle. And freestyle is very powerful because you can kind of tell it what you want to do. The other ones down here are going to be very trained on specific types of writing. So you can go find tools that maybe for specific needs that you have. But with Freestyle, you can almost do everything here with one tool. All you have to do is tell it what you're looking to create. In this case, the preloaded template says a case study overview. And then what are the main points you want to cover? So this is really important to learn how to use uh, this tool to its full potential. All that's really different here between all these templates is right here. What are you looking to create? So actually the input section here is going to be the same. So if I switch these templates, all right, that was the case study overview. If I go to templates and choose case study problem statement and then update current project, it actually just changes this section here. So this content can actually be the same for any section of your case study. So let's talk about that for a second, because this is actually really important in the preparation stage. So if you look at the template, if you study the template, you'll notice that our team, the CopyAI team, has put together a few things that you need to have figured out. All right, this is stuff that you have to tell the AI to have it right for you. So your business name, a description, your customer, some details about them, the problem, the solution, and then the result. So the example here, this is your preparation. I went through and documented really fast a client that I did a demo with, and we actually wrote her sales copy using CopyAI. So the example here of doing your preparation and what will really change for every case study that you write is the business. That could change, that could stay the same, because generally you're always writing case studies for your business. So then the customer is going to change, just a quick description of the customer. The problem statement, this may be similar for most of your clients. You may want to get more specific here if you can. So I wrote, she had an idea for her course. I'll say maybe an online course. Didn't have sales copy to explain and market it. She needed to make her sales page and promote her new course on social media, but wasn't sure how to describe her course in a way that would sell it well. So I really just brain dumped a rough description here of what the problem was. Now, the solution, she used CopyAI to write her sales copy. That's pretty much it. Okay. Now, the result, she wrote all of her copy or her sales copy in 2 hours. She was able to use the copy to create her sales page and promote her course. She felt more confident and excited to share it. She made over $15,000 in sales in the first 2 weeks of promotion. So that's a great case study, right? Now, that's the basic outline. How do you weave that into something beautiful and amazing? Well, what I did here is I kind of tweaked the input a bit. So you saw that's a general like basics. And then if you want, you can just put something in the top headline here of like which section of the case study you're trying to write. But I actually did a little bit of research and I dove in deeper. So you can use some of those templates, and the current templates, as you saw, like the overview, we could just put that in here and just have it write a case study overview. These are the 4 different sections you may want to have it write. So you can use the templates to kind of get that done. And basically all that would look like is giving it the details, and it would look kind of like this with just the stuff that I wrote in. But I'm going to give it a little bit more guidance based on this article that I was reading through, which is really good. It's from WordStream. You can basically Google search case study WordStream if you want to go find this. It's a really well-written article, and they broke it down into a few sections that are really key and some big pointers. Let me just go find these really quick. Some other questions that come up a lot. How long should it be? So they suggest 500 to 1,500 words. You want to have a prominent snapshot at the top that's like a quick overview. So that's really interesting. I like that concept. The most of it should be focused on the results and benefits, and keep it, pretty clear, but also let things jump out with like visuals and highlighting the stats and the facts. So if you were to package it up and make it look nice with some design elements, you'll want to feature some of those big numbers and big takeaways. So this article kind of breaks that down and has some examples. But when it comes down to writing the details, this is a really good outline to help you write your case study. So we're going to follow along and see if we can get the AI to do this for us. All right. So I started here with a clear headline. So just like we did with the templates, you saw all we really have to do is change here what you're looking to create. So you can go find anyone's outline online. And I just spent 2 minutes researching like what's a good case study and found this article online. You can do this for any task that you have. Go find the basic details. You want to tell the AI, just like if you were hiring a writer, tell them like what the basic breakdown is, like someone, the details that they need to know in order to weave this all together. And then just a basic, you need to have a plan of what needs to be written. So what I did here is I wrote a clear headline. All right. So case study headline. I wrote that as what I'm looking to create. I'm going to start with that. All right. So this is my outline. I just kind of copied and pasted it over here, but you can see where I found it was from this site. So I have my outline written up, and I'm using the editor on the side to help me with that. So you can go find an outline or have this ready to go on a regular basis. So I know exactly what I'm trying to create here. All right. So I took those points, and what I did is using the freestyle tool, I have my preparation done. So I actually wrote this out in a little bit different format. So I put a section here that says case study details. So I wanted the AI to know that with like down here, I'm providing the details. And I put these little dashes. It seems to be working. Our team's kind of trained the AI to understand that these are all like sub points within this section. So following this formatting should get you the best results. So I put case study details, and then I just use that same structure: business, customer, problem statement, solution, results. And above it, I wanted to give it a little bit more deep, like clarity of the structure of what I'm trying to write. So up here, what are you looking to create? I put case study headline, and because that's the first section of that outline. And then the goal, I actually took her notes from that article and put goal this section, write a short and clear headline. And then I just added in some of the details that she wrote, right? So you can kind of create your own template based on your own research or studying someone else's results, and then just actually put that in. So I took some of the points that she wrote in here, and I'm instructing the AI what I'm looking for. And now I can go ahead and just do something like a friendly tone. That's perfectly fine. You can get creative with the tones as well, and that will definitely enhance and spice it up a little bit. But friendly or luxury or professional, those are all those default tones are great. Friendly is a good default. So I'm just going to click create copy, and let's see what happens here. All right. So this is my customized version of the tone of the template, using what was built into the template, but adding some extra details of what I'm looking for. And I'm going to go section by section to write my case study. So I'm going to create a new area over here. And now I have my input ready. I have my plan. And I'm just going to go through and tackle each section at a time using the results. So in a few seconds, it generated all these results. Now this is really cool because what I'm looking for is I can scan through here. What I had to do is write case study headline based on this criteria. And then this is all going to stay the same for everything else. So each section I write will just change this and this. So I'm looking now, I'm going to scan through and see if I can find a good headline. I wrote all my sales copy for my course in 2 hours. It was effortless. So it thought, hey, maybe a quote here would be a good headline, right? So the newspaper style headlines. Let's see. Felicia Reed, photographer and mindset coach, writes entire sales page in 2 hours with help from CopyAI. That's pretty good. That's a good catchy headline. How Felicia Reed used CopyAI to make $15,000 in 2 weeks. Not bad. It's pulling out some of the big highlights. CopyAI saves photographer and mindset coach $15,000. Didn't quite nail it there. It's getting a little confused with that one. Let's see. CopyAI helps Felicia Reed make over $15,000 in 2 weeks of promoting her new course. Not bad. That's pretty good. So it's focusing a lot on the course instead of the copywriting. So I think I want to try some other ones, but that's pretty cool to see. In the first results, we've got some headline ideas. And then this is actually interesting. Some of this is going into like more of a subset. Like there's a part here that says a subtitle with supporting details or a custom quote is optional. So that was something that was mentioned, and you see it writing some of that as well. So the results I'm getting here from the freestyle tool are helping me create this headline. And I'm actually curious to see what it wrote here. Had an idea for her new course. She knew she needed to write sales copy to sell it. She tried writing on her own, but found it wasn't as easy as she thought. She spent weeks, this is actually true, I didn't even tell it this. She spent weeks trying to figure out how to describe her course in a way that would sell it and create excitement around the launch. Then she discovered CopyAI. With CopyAI, Felicia was able to write all of her sales copy in just 2 hours. She was able to use the copy to create her sales page, promote her course on social media. Her copy was so good, she made over 15,000 in sales. This is really good. This is actually helping with the snapshot. section. So I'm kind of looking ahead and I'm seeing what it's writing here. So I may have like a snapshot. I might just create some sections for myself, headline. And this is the goal here is to create something replicatable. So I could do this over and over just by feeding in slightly different details into this input. And it's going to start helping me generate all the content. So we'll go through this whole thing today here in just a few minutes. But that's what I'm looking for with a new course promo, but no copy to pitch it. Felicia needed help creators. Sure to copy it. This is actually even better, I think. Short, quick. There's 2 hours. She had the confidence and clarity she needed. Sales. That's a very good. It's a very good snapshot. So the question here is, could this be expanded out into one of the other ones? Maybe I might just put this down below because this snapshot is actually a good 1 paragraph. So I like that a lot. So both of those are really well done. I mean, that's nice and quick to the point. So I'm going to try another generation of that. So that was just 1 click. It wrote all that for me based on the inputs. I'm going to try clicking again to see what other headlines it might generate. Because I did 2 tests before I went live, and the headlines were actually really good. So I want to see if I can get another good result here. And with the unlimited plan with CopyAI, you can just keep clicking and clicking all you want. All right, so we've got another one here. Not bad. It's pretty. Copywriter in 2 hours. That's pretty interesting, a little bit different. You see what else it's writing here. This is actually pretty cool. Writes inspiring. Here's what happened when they teamed up. This is interesting. These could be quick little posts. You can almost see the whole thing written out as a quick snapshot that you could share. So I'm thinking, this one's not bad right here. I might try another round to see if we can get. I'm looking for something maybe more fun or creative, and I could try adding some details to give it that instruction. But sometimes you just have to click a few times. Let's see. Close Felicia reads. That's pretty funny. Beginner photographer. Not bad. She's actually a pro photographer, but a beginner with online courses. Saves copywriter. Not quite. Ooh, how Felicia Reed went from I have no idea how to do this to $15,000 in sales. That's actually a really creative one. I'm gonna try just making more here and see if we get any other ideas before I continue on. So that's the whole process. We're actually gonna go through and do the same thing for each section. So the snapshot we're seeing, it's actually doing a pretty good job. I may try that one. We'll try writing different sections for all of these using the same process. Uses Copy to write her sales copy and launch her new course. Yeah, not quite there. So I think earlier I was getting better ones, but it's kind of a hit or miss. I mean, it's really it's writing from scratch every time, so you're getting different results. But I feel like that's pretty clear to the point. So we've got a headline here. We'll just kind of go with that. Snapshot written up pretty nice. Now let's try another section of this case study. So let's go ahead and go to snapshot. Case study snapshot. I'm going to try just putting that in there. And I'm just going to do this. Let's see. Goal of this section. Provide the prominently at the top, including client's name, industry, the product. So now I'm giving it some instructions based on my own little framework here that, again, you can go find someone else's framework. You can think through. We did a demo yesterday or 2 days ago where we just thought through some of the points you'd want to hit without having to come up with actually what you're going to say, but more like creating your own structure for an output. And then, in this case, we're going 1 section at a time. So I'm just saying, well, in this part of it, what do we want to have included? From that article, we found that's a great quick summary. We can keep all this the same down below. And now I'll just click create copy. So we're looking at trying some snapshot. Then we'll go ahead and do the client introduction. I may just make these bold. So I know what I'm trying to get done, and I'm really just going to go ahead and fill in the gaps. And this is exactly what you do for each case study that you write. So you're creating your own formula here. All right, so it's doing it in a structure that is a little bit, which may be useful. So if we look at some of the examples that are given here in this article, provide a snapshot. So here's some of those details. Here's an example, like one sentence. So the way this is writing it, there's going to be some different ways. Okay, looks like it's giving us a nice overview. And let's look here at some of the other examples. So these are like visual examples. Let's just take a look. These are pretty good. So we're looking for, there's that big headline, quick overview. Let's see if we get another one. So something like this is interesting. These are actually just Canva templates, so you can kind of learn from, if you're looking for a structure of what to include, you could try looking at Canva or anywhere online that has templates for different types of writing that you have to do. But like objectives, so at a glance is kind of what we're looking at here. So let's see what we get. This is supposed to be a quick snapshot. And again, we already had one written out, but that was pretty good. Hard time promoting her new course. She had this amazing idea for a course. This is actually looking like the problem. Client introduction. Let's do the problem. So you may have different sections written up in different places. So I kind of like this is actually very interesting. It's going into some different directions. Felicia had an idea for a course, didn't know how to explain it well enough to sell it. She turned CopyAI. Yeah. That's a really, really good snapshot. I like that one a lot. It's similar to this. I think I like this one better. So we just pop that in. Cool. So we got the snapshot written and we have several different outputs here, but I think that's good enough. That's what I was looking for. So let's try going into that client introduction section. Maybe I will case study client introduction. And I'm going to go ahead and goal of this section, put that. So it's a little repetitive, right? What I'm seeing here is we already had some of this written up, like pretty clear problem, but this is more of a like snapshot. So the visual for it is the way this is describing it is kind of a snapshot at the top with a photo, and then you go into like more detailed sections. So that's how this template or this person here mapped it out. So I'm kind of following their model. She needed to make her sales page promoting her course. All right. For Felicia, the biggest challenge she faced was getting her new course off the ground. She had an idea for a course, but didn't know how to write. She needed to make her sales page promote her course, didn't know how to describe it, a way to sell it. She heard about copy, decided to give it a try. With CopyAI, she was able to write a copy in 2 hours. All right, that's pretty good. These two here, we're moving into the solution, but we're looking at client introduction. And really, this may just be the client bio. And we didn't give the AI a lot of information right now to write this up. So she's passionate about helping other women voice and share their stories. She had an idea for a course, but she struggled with writing the copy. Yeah, I think what we're looking at here is we may just need their bio for client introduction. So that's a little tough in this case, unless we went into more depth of who they are. You know, some of this may be good though. It's just very broad. I would look for more details about the person. And I didn't give him much details about the product, so it doesn't have a lot of context. It's making stuff up. This is really fun how it's weaving it all together. It's really, really well written. So what I'm seeing here, I'm actually seeing this as just being a great problem. I think this actually describes it more clearly. I'm just gonna say boom. Actually, I think she had. Let's look here at the client introduction, the problem, the solution. I mean, that's pretty much it right there. This is hilarious. What followed was a whirlwind of copywriting success. Very interesting. Um, problem. Sales copy. It's a little redundant here, but there's some good stuff in there. And let's go ahead. I think I liked she had heard him, decided to give it a try. I wonder if there was something down here. This was actually really good. So the problem, let's see here. I'm piecing things together and you see it just kind of taking shape here. It's looking pretty good. Solution looking good. And let's try. I mean, the results, it's very, I guess, redundant, but conclusion. Let's try conclusion. Let's see how I can handle this. The point is, I'm showing you using the templates, starting with the templates, right? Using the case study templates of CopyAI. you can actually start to expand on it and guide it more clearly. I'm going to try one more thing at the end where we have it write all of this in one go. But I wanted to first show you that you can go and kind of narrow in section by section on specific things you wanted to write. And it is trying to write, it looks like it's trying to write the whole thing or give you a lot more than what you're specifically asking for. But it you know, that's not always a bad thing. I mean, you can only do so much at a time. But let's see what this one is. The conclusion. So it's making up details because I didn't really give it a lot of context. Let's go ahead and go down here and say conclusion. And maybe really part of this is results. Now conclusion. See if we can summarize it. Let's see. Do you want to get a new online course? Do you want to get into she's excited about her course. She wasn't sure how to explain her course in a way that would sell it. She also didn't think she would have time to write the sales copy for her course, so she was stuck. But then Felicia discovered CopyAI. I felt like I was finally getting somewhere. And now everything I needed all in one place. So this is interesting how the prompt said share additional praise from the customer and words of advice they have for other people slash businesses like them. Now, normally you would actually get these quotes from them, but since we don't have that, AI is actually doing an interesting job of making this up. So you could write it ahead of time and then have the customer approve of it. That could be a fast way if they don't give you what you need in an interview or in their own words, which gave her time to create her sales page the right way. Her course, it's describing, I use my new sales page, start from my course, social media right away. All right, that's a pretty good conclusion. Let's see what else it came up with. Tells me I'm promoting her course. It's been a lifesaver for my business. It allows me to write my sales copy faster there, so I can focus on important things like growing my business. Like that's really good. I think that's a great conclusion. So it can do so much for you. Like you can summarize it really well. These are more like personal, like I found it easy to use, was good, no revisions needed. I'm pretty confident that the sales copy is what helped me. This is really good. Advice for other entrepreneurs. Helps me get stuff out the door really quickly, and she loves the results. This is great. I think that's actually, I could save some of this. There's some copy here. Look at this conclusion. I like this as more of a personal touch from the company. We're so happy we were able to help Felicia achieve this success. We know that writing sales copy can be intimidating and stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Our hope is that you'll experience these same kind of results when you use Copy AI. Wow, that's so good. That's a great conclusion. So it really understands how to tie it in a bow. And that's one thing that we found with other ones is we can actually say like end with a um let's see, motivational um, comment and to try copy AI. So if we were to add something like that, now again, prompting, like adding little details like this into copy AI is going to guide it further. So I'm going to try one more thing here at the end, but what you saw in 20 minutes is a really cool process to write up beautiful case studies, going from just a brain dump where I actually just wrote out very, very little information And now I had the AI write all this stuff for me. So I'm gonna try a faster way to do this at the end, but the result here is great. I mean, here it is written up with a really good conclusion. I want to see if this telling it to end with a motivational comment and call to action to try copy AI. Let's see. These are great testimonials too. So it's having it in her words. Copy AI is a game changer. She said, if you're an entrepreneur who doesn't have the time or energy to write your own copy, copy AI is your best friend. This is really, really cool how it's writing this. Just do it. The time and energy you put into something else. Why limit yourself when there are tools out there like CopyAI that literally make creating course copy as easy as entering some keywords? This is your time. This is cool. Have an idea for a course, don't know where to start. Let CopyAI make it happen for you. That's cool. That's really did it added that thing that I was kind of looking for, motivational and call to action. If you ever felt like you had a great idea but don't know how to get started sharing it with your audience, don't wait another day. Sign up for Copy AI now. It'll guide you through writing your own engaging sales copy in less time than you think. Head over to our website now and let's get you writing copy that converts. That's a really good call to action. Felicia's courses continue to grow. I like how it's continuing on here. In fact, she's made over 50,000 in the first 2 weeks. Promotion, she said the copy is an amazing tool to help her get started with writing copy. Since then, she's been able to use the listeners' confidence gain. It's copy to write copy for a growing business. This is really good. That's a great kind of ending conclusion section. So that's the power of using that same input, but just slightly adjusting what you want the AI to write for different parts of your article. So if we were to grab this, said like 500 to 1,000, let's see here. Let's see how many we got. Tools, word counter, where is it? About 395. So if we added a little bit more, I mean, that's pretty good though. I think that's to me, that would look like a great, I would add some style, visual screenshots showing what she wrote. That would really spice it up. You could add some details like, how Copy AI works. So showing that could be an additional part, like the solution, like here's what she did would be cool, which we actually did a whole demo on that. So this is actually we have the screenshots of her course. Everything I've been writing up is actually true. So we wrote all this, like this stuff here was written by Copy AI. I'm here to give you the tools to flip the script on your bank account and grow your income forever. This isn't your average course. This is next level training designed to help you make your photography business work for you instead of the other way around. It wrote all this. It's time to get clear on your money making goals and learn how to charge what you're worth, just like a boss should. So if you want to see how we did that, I believe it was, I'll look up the demo that we did. I'll look it up right now. Let's see. It was when we first introduced the freestyle tool. It was number 47. So if you want to see actually the demo of us writing some of this copy, go to demo number 47. And you'll see. I'm trying to find where we did it. It was right around the middle part. So around the 30-minute mark, I believe. In demo 47. Yeah, we were actually going through and showing how we wrote this. So check that out if you're curious to see how we did all that. But that was right when we introduced. It was all using the freestyle tool. So very similar to what we're doing now. We're actually getting a lot better now because we're learning a lot. So a lot of the tips that I've been sharing with you today are things that we've learned over the past few weeks using this new tool. Freestyle tool is amazing. And I'm going to do one more demo right now to take it to the next level. All right, so let's see if we can do one final thing. All right. So what we have here is the freestyle tool. I think I'm just going to put a case study as the input. And I'm going to say structure of the case study. I'm going to put that whole thing in here. I don't think I'm going to have enough room to write all this. But let's see how much room we have. We're probably way over. Yeah, we're about double. But let's see if I can whittle that down. So clear headline, snapshot. I'll just kind of remove some of this. Client introduction. Problem. Solution. Results. Conclusion. I have that. Still got a little ways to chop down. So what if we did all this in one swoop? That's the next question. Structure of the case study. So I'm telling it, write a case study. I'm giving it the structure, problem solution. Let's see here. So I'm going to try to create a nice outline. Almost there. I like how this is interesting how these prompts kind of helped us with that. So advice they have for other. This is great just to get testimonials. Great outline here to help you get testimonials and document this stuff. Now I can probably remove a little bit of this. Almost there. Problem. So close. We're trying to chunk it down. I want to see if we can do this all in one go. Let's see here. Let's just try getting rid of that. All right, let's see if providing very little details and giving it this detailed structure could get the whole thing done. So comparing it from going one section at a time, can it knock it all out in one go? It may get close. I may not do all of them exactly in that order or in that way, but let's see. All right, this isn't quite as long as I expected. Let's see. Didn't know how to start writing. So I should turn to copy. I have to use the copy. I felt like I had a team of pro copywriters with felt like magic. And that's like actually amazing. So I don't think I like the top part of it. It's struggling with that. Let's see. A copy customer Felicia Reed use our tool to write sales. There's that like newspaper style headline. Here's that intro. Audrey felt stuck trying to figure out how to write copy for a new course. She'd gotten the idea pretty quickly, but didn't know how to explain it in a way that would make people want to buy it. That's when she heard about CopyAI and AI Power Tool. I couldn't believe it. I decided to try it out and see what would happen. Using CopyAI, she wrote all her sales copy in 2 hours. She was able to use copy to create a sales page and promote her course. I felt much more confident and excited. This is amazing. It's including these like quotes. It's making this up, but I mean, you could actually get a first draft done, run it by the client, and they'd probably say yes. I mean, if these are actually factual things, I don't see why the client wouldn't agree to that, or they could just tweak it. Just give it a try. It really can change your life. So this is actually very well written, using that structure with very little details in one go. Like one click, we got all that. So how can you do that same thing? If you want Copy AI to write stuff like this for you, your job now is to give it the structure. So you can start with um, basic details, or optionally, you can give it tons of structure like this if you have very specific things that you want it to write and ways to write it. So it did a pretty good job there. We gave it a lot to work with. I think I would probably remove provide this at the top. I think that's confusing it a bit. Clear headline, introduction. So I may just take that out. I think that might be confusing it. And then I can give it a little bit more details that we had written up here. So in this situation, if you want to have a similar structure for all of your testimonial or case studies, it's actually fun to see what it makes up too, because it's making up, it didn't know where she lives or what the course was. You can easily swap that out. She didn't have any sales copy. I like that. She decided to use copy because she heard how easy it was to use, started entering a few keywords, product, audience from there. She felt confident. That's really, really good. Quick, snappy. I like these a lot. It's making up to learn how to take photos of the moon. So that's more of a placeholder. Swap it out with what she was actually helping people with. And that's also helping you understand the gaps that you could potentially fill in the future. If you had a bunch of similar case studies to write, you could look at what it's making up and be like, maybe I should add that into the input, like what the purpose of her product or what she was trying to sell. It may help tell the story better. So sometimes if it's making things up, like where she's from and what she was trying to do, if you see the AI totally guessing, then that means you may want to include that information if you can, or just consider it a placeholder. I love the testimonials it's adding in here to kind of weave it together. But she has a lot more to offer than that. She's also a mindset coach, helping people get out of their own way and take the challenges. When it came to time to launch her new course, how to overcome fear and anxiety, she needed sales copy that would help people get excited and ready to sign up. She wanted it to be short and sweet, but she didn't have, so she didn't spend hours writing herself. Interesting. The confidence paid off. Boom. All around creative powerhouse. I like that description. I think she would like that. She used CopyAI to create sales copy for her upcoming course. Now that's an interesting idea. Wow, this is really cool. I love the results I'm seeing. So that is pretty powerful. If you get a structure that you want to replicate over and over, we'll try it with another example here in a moment, but I want to just try this one thing where I took out that little blurb at the top there to see if that would help it a bit. And I didn't really change much else here. I like that intro. But she needed help creating sales copy for their new course. That's actually true. That's very true. What she was doing with her course. Let's see. So she was copyrighted 2 hours and able to create her sales page. So kind of excited. In Felicia's words, I was looking at my copy written because I felt like I was working with a real human writer. I couldn't believe it as that's really good. That's a great Great template. I'm amazed by that. Hmm. It's telling an amazing story. It's really hitting the points. And sometimes it'll cut off. It only has a max output of what it can write in one go. But I'm very impressed. Believe in a change new. Man, these are great. I want to keep all these. You can just save them, and they're saved up there in your saved section. But let's try one more example here of now. The other thing you can do is not include that. So if we take it out, it'll probably handle it pretty well. I'm curious to see if we just put a case study, if it would just come up with something. So you don't have to prompt it that much. What I wanted to share was finding detailed workflows or like describing clearly what you wanted to write. In that case, it was the structure of the case study. You can actually give it guidance in the input area along with the details that it needs. So that is a new kind of takeaway here that I want to share with you. So let's see if we just put this in. Clients and developers, of course, the challenge. She knew that. So even without the structure, it's going to figure it out. It's doing a great job even without the structure. This is really good. So again, these are actually pretty awesome. So even just giving the AI the basics, it's going to figure out what a case study is and what you're looking to write. You don't have to get that detailed. But if you're doing this over and over, and that was kind of the question that I saw was, I'm trying to like figure out how this template works. The main idea is you just need this core content, basic details, and then you can start to use the freestyle tool to even create your own templates. So if we now had a structure and I could just go in and change out a few things for each customer, I could say, who's someone else that we worked with? Let me think back to, we have so many demos on the site. Let's see here. I'll come up with one real quick. We could try, actually, I'll do Robert. This was just a couple of days ago. We helped him write 30 emails in 3 hours, I believe, something like that. So Robert Davidson, life cycle marketing manager. Problem. He had to write 30 emails in 24 hours for and felt overwhelmed with the workload. Solution. He created a template, own template on CopyAI, where and used it to write the emails, results. He wrote all 30 emails in 3 hours. It was way easier than he expected. Quality was top notch. It took way less creative energy. He was able to be more of an editor than a writer. He had time to kick back and watch the basketball game. All right, so something fun like that at the end. And I'll just have it create. So all I did was I changed those couple variables, right? And this is what you would do every time for each new thing. But now I have this whole structure in place. So it should weave that together nicely and give me pretty predictable results. Like the more details you add, the more predictable it will be. The less instructions you give it like this, you might have more variety in your output. So let's see here. Oh, wow. This is the first time I did that, huh? CopyAI helps Robert Davison write 30 emails in 30 hours. All right, so this wasn't very well done, but let's see here. Nice. It was easier than expected. All right, so it's just regurgitating what I wrote. Here's what he did. All right, so let's move it into something else. Let's see. He knew he was in for a long night. I like that one. But when he heard about CopyAI from a friend, he decided to give it a try. I created my own template in CopyAI and used it to write the emails. He said, I wrote all in 3 hours. It's easier than expected. I like how it just took that and kind of wove it together. He then added that the quality was top notch. It was like I could be more of an editor than a writer, and I had time to kick back and watch the basketball game. His advice: give CopyAI a try. That's really, really well done. I like that. That's really cool. What if you didn't have to write, or what would you do if you had to write 30 emails in 24 hours? He had the exact and was overwhelmed. I was stressed out. I had so much on my plate. I just wanted to get it done quickly and move on with my life. But then he remembered CopyAI, the tool his friend told him about that makes writing easier with AI. I thought, why not give it a shot? Created a template and use it to write the emails. It was way easier than I expected. The quality was top notch. And when the work was done, I had time to kick back and watch the game. He's got a lot on his plate. One day he was assigned a new project. Made Robert want to give up before he started, but he knew he couldn't afford to let this opportunity slip by. He decided to take a chance and use CopyAI. First thing he did was create his own template. Then all he did was click generate on CopyAI and spit out some great copy that he could tweak as needed. It took him 3 hours in total. He said it was easier than expected. The quality was top notch, and it took way less creative energy than usual. That's awesome. That's really well done. But I also had other things on my plate. I couldn't afford to spend a whole day writing these emails. This is so good. I like that a lot. So that's another example of using that formula, swapping out a couple variables. You're going to get some great content. You could piece it together. You could do what we did at the beginning and go section by section to get that done. But that is pretty much all I wanted to share with you today. If you're curious about that last example that I just shared, go to CopyAI demo number 68. Let me pull that up for you. Here it was. This was actually that exact demo. So number 68 will get you there. Check out the CopyAI YouTube channel if you want to see this. But what we did at the end, we actually created a similar process to what we did today for writing case studies. He did it for writing his emails, and you could follow along and see how he did it. And the results were so amazing. So that's it for today. I didn't see any questions. So if you're still watching live, thanks for joining. We do these a few times a week. So stay tuned. We always keep you updated and share what's working and also what's coming down the pipeline. So keep an eye out for the new blogging feature coming in the next few weeks. Some of you guys have early access to it. It's going to help you write your first draft of an entire blog in just a few minutes. It's going to be crazy. So I can't wait to demo that one. But right now, the freestyle tool is amazing. And if you're curious, like what is going on? What is the magic sorcery behind all this? Well, here's a quick overview, the 60-second rundown. Basically, there's a company called OpenAI that's making AI accessible to everyone. It started in 2015, where all these Silicon Valley billionaires put in $1 billion to open up the research center. Microsoft came in with another $1 billion to pursue the holy grail of artificial intelligence in 2019. And in 2020, it got 100 times more powerful and really became a tipping point for artificial intelligence. This model is far superior to anything else on the planet. And that's how it's able to weave all these ideas together in such a profoundly human way. So it sounds like it's written by a human. It's so creative and just well written, just well thought through. That's what's going on here. There's 175 billion parameters that have studied human writing, studied 10% of the internet, crunched it through a supercomputer, and now it opened it up and allows you to access it. So CopyAI, the team came together, got early access to the API, and built this writing tool on top of it. Initially, the first tool they had was just to write taglines. So you would tell it a little bit about your business and it would write taglines for you. Since then, they've built over 90 tools for different use cases. The most recent tool is the freestyle tool that is really creative. And as you saw today, can help you do pretty much anything just by putting a couple details in. You type it in there. It sends that along with its own proprietary AI technology over to OpenAI. It runs through the supercomputer, and then CopyAI analyzes the results and presents them to you in a very simple interface. You can edit it right there. You can save stuff, create projects. So CopyAI is built on top of this multi-billion-dollar platform that is the leading AI technology in the world. And the word's getting out online. Copywriting and marketing experts are raving about it. It's been featured on all the top publications. So try it out. It's available to you. This is right at your fingertips. I mean, I'm an advocate. I found it just like you. When I first found that I was using it for my own business and my clients, I was so pumped about it. I got to know the founders and came on board to help get the word out and show everybody how crazy cool this is. So I want you to experience it for yourself. Just try it out today. Sign up, get your own free account, put in some basic information, and watch the AI create original content for you in seconds. No credit card required. Thanks for the smiley face. Hope you had a good time today. And try it out. Get plugged into the community and let us know if you have any questions. It's getting better all the time. So right now, today is the perfect time to try it out for yourself and see what you can create.